Rob Gronkowski, the Patriots All-Pro tight end, has announced his retirement Sunday after a 9-year NFL career. Gronk made his decision known in an Instagram post in which he said, "It all started at 20 years old on stage at the NFL draft when my dream came true. And now here I am about to turn 30 in a few months with a decision I feel is the biggest of my life so far. I will be retiring from the game of football today. I am so grateful for the opportunity that Mr. Kraft and Coach Belichick gave to me when drafting my silliness in 2010. My life experiences over the last 9 years have been amazing, both on and off the field. The people I have met, the relationships I have built, the championships I have been a part of. I just want to thank the whole New England Patriots organization for every opportunity I've been given and learned the great values of life that I can apply to mine. Thank you to all of Pat's Nation around the world for the incredible support since I have been a part of this first-class organization. Thank you for everyone accepting who I am and the dedication I have put into my work to be the best player I could be. But now it's time to move forward with a big smile, knowing that the New England Patriots organization, Pat's Nation, and all my fans will be truly a big part of my heart for the rest of my life. It was truly an incredible honor to play for such a great established organization and able to come into and continue and contribute to keep building success. To all my current and past teammates, thank you for making each team every year special to be a part of. I will truly miss you guys. Cheers to all who have been a part of this journey. Cheers to the past for the incredible memories, and huge cheers to the uncertainty of what's next. Now let's take a look back on Rob's career with our Mike Giardi.
Great, he throws it left for Gronk. He makes the catch over two defenders and steps across the pylon.
What'd I say? Where's your tight end at?
In his prime, it took King Kong to cover Rob Gronkowski. At least that's what then Jets coach Rex Ryan opined. Truth be told, even Kong himself would have had a hard time dealing with the size, strength, and catch radius possessed by Gronk. He was open, even when he wasn't.
Gronkowski makes the ground at the 20, spins away from a defender, stiff arms another. Gronk leaps to the end zone.
I don't even know how I did that.
In just his second year, Gronk became the league's most feared tight end, setting the position's single-season NFL records for yards and touchdowns. It also became a breakout campaign for Gronkisms.
And guess what he did? He said it's time to change the guards.
But the Gronk party bus broke down repeatedly over the next several years, including a sprained knee in 2015 that led to the team and players' family issuing joint statements, unheard of in Foxborough, and a sign of the unique dynamics between the two sides. After a dominating stretch in 2016, Gronk suffered a pulmonary contusion on this hit from Earl Thomas, and following a one-game absence, injured his back the next week at MetLife Stadium and missed the rest of the season, one that ended with a dramatic Super Bowl win.
They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
Gronk returned in 2017, not quite the same player, but still close enough. But his mindset had changed. He wasn't having as much fun, forced to earn money through incentives, money he thought he rightfully deserved regardless of performance. On occasion, we did catch glimpses of the old, fun-loving Gronk. The affable tight end finished the year with a flourish, nearly elevating the Patriots to a 6th Super Bowl title.
Touchdown, Gronkowski!
But the end remained on his mind. Perhaps Gronk should have trusted his instincts. He had a few moments in 2018.
For Gronkowski, brings it down in traffic!
But it's clear the wear and tear on his body and mind helped firm up this decision. The life of the party is no more, but not before leaving an indelible mark, not only on New England, but the entire league.
Thank you for that piece, Mike Giardi. We're now joined by Judy Battista, who joins us from the NFL annual meeting. Judy, I want to read you the stat line here for Gronkowski. 521 catches, 7,861 yards, 79 touchdowns. But, Judy, as we know, Gronkowski was much more than that, huh?
He was. You know, I'm struck by the last games that we saw of him play were you saw the two sides of his game that were both dominant. Against the Chargers in the playoffs, he was a dominant blocker. He was mowing down defenders in his path. And then in the next game, he was back to being a dominant receiver. We hadn't seen him be that much in this past year, and that was because it was pretty clear that his body was breaking down on him. He was having trouble running. He couldn't move the way he used to move. But you saw that in those last few games, the flashes of what a dominant player he was when he was at his peak and when he was healthy. His body betrayed him all too often, unfortunately. But when he was at his best and when he was healthy, he was certainly the best tight end of his era, maybe among the very small handful of great tight ends of any era, because he was dominant as a receiver and as a blocker.
Judy, where does he rank to you as far as the characters that you've covered in the NFL?
I was just saying this to other reporters who are here at the annual meeting in Phoenix. Like, good for Gronk that he is going out on his own terms when he thinks the time is right for him. But I'm bummed because he was a blast, certainly to cover. He was a blast to talk to in the locker room. He was also so much fun to watch. It is fun to watch great, dominant players do their thing. And he clearly had so much joy playing the game. You could see he would almost gallop through defenses when he was running at his best. And then, he'd score, he'd spike the ball. He had so much fun playing football. And that was a lot of fun to watch. That will really be missed, not just by the Patriots and their fans, but I think by the whole NFL.
Judy, do you think there's any surprise that the decision on Gronkowski's future came this early in the offseason? Seems like the last couple of years it might have dragged on a little later in this process.
No, I'm struck by the fact that he started mentioning in public retirement last year after the Super Bowl that they lost. You remember he said then, I'm going to go home and think about my future. And I thought that was the first indication that, this was obviously on his mind. The old saying in the NFL is once a player has started thinking about retirement, that means he's already retiring. He didn't. He came back, and obviously he had some significant physical issues this year that limited him. That was a problem. He was certainly in some degree of discomfort or pain throughout the season. And then, to win the Super Bowl, you thought this is sort of the perfect way for him to go out if he's going to do it. I actually think it took a little bit longer than I expected. I thought he might make the decision a little bit sooner. I can't say I'm surprised that he decided to do this. I'm sad to see him go, certainly. But I think, if you watched him during the season, you'd have to say this is probably the right time for him to do it.